I believe in self-confidence.
Absolutely.
If you're not self-confident, then you're going to be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you're self-confident, that means you're going to know that a paper's not going to make you as a human being or as a person. Mm-hmm. If you're very self-confident of yourself, you're going to know that money ain't shit because you're going back for more and more. And that money, is like, look, I've seen my bank account get from really big to really small real quick.
Real fast, yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
From bad investment, good investments. The majority, thank God, has been good investments. It's like when we first got a little bit of paper, we invested every single dollar back in the company, And then I told my partner, what do we do next? This is my idea. And they were down with it. Let's reinvest all the money again.
Smart.
And we did that. The third time came around, we said, hey, fool, can we buy each other a watch? A little car, something here and there.
A little Porsche.
We did do that, It's like we did. I bought myself a little Range Rover, I was rolling, a little Range Rover and shit. The other fool got a fucking badass truck.
What kind of watch you buy?
Yeah, I bought a little Rolex.
Oh,
You bought me a little Rolex, a little Datejust.
A little presidential.
No, it was a Datejust.
Okay,
it was a nice little Datejust,
all right.
I still got it, and I did that. And then we reinvested back in the company, and trust me, man, it was like when people would see me out there and they thought I was doing super good, we really wasn't. We would dump all the money back in the company, and we're doing it again right now. We're doing the movie business now, and thank God with this movie business, it's a lot of money, man. There's a lot of money. We haven't got a bag yet, but we're chasing it.
It's coming.
Yeah, we're chasing it.
And I think. Yeah, man. It's sometimes you got to reward yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Shit, I reward myself a lot now.
Yeah, I'm saying, huevo.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck, fool. That shit look hella nice.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Shout out to my boy Zach that put me on this, man, right here.
That's a nice watch, though.
Yeah, man. It's actually I'll tell you a story, man. I got a Richard Mille probably about a few years ago, and I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what it was, man. So I came up on a quick one with a friend that, he ended up buying this watch from some other people, and I got a price from it, and I got a good deal on it, and I ended up selling it for like super cheap. I didn't know, but the guy that bought it for me, he knew. But I made paper, but I made money from it, so I can't be, too greedy about it. But I made a little bit of money from it. But when I found out, it was worth 4 times more, I was like, shit, really? And I was like, shit, I thought I came up, and they were like, no. But then I didn't buy one ever since. And then I bought one probably like 2 years ago again. And then me calmé, they're really expensive, man. So it's
I
like,
love expensive.
So it's like, shit, so.
Which was your favorite watch, though?
That's a hard one, man. I think my 5980, my Patek. Yeah, that one's pretty nice. I wear it a lot. And then this one también, I've messed with this one a lot. Dodger color for sure.
Like when I start having Jimmy Mille money, I'm gonna get me a Patek.
You got to, bro. Even before, bro. You don't.
Like right now, I ordered the AP. Well, I didn't order it. I'm on a fucking list. Like what the fuck? A year wait.
Yeah.
No que no había feria.
Yeah, I just got I just got a black AP. It's the only one in the U.S. right now. It's the the name of it, man. Is it black,
the one with?
It's black with the skeleton. It's a gold inside.
Okay, yeah.
It's very light to watch, but I paid. Honestly, I'll tell you how much I paid. I paid $400 for the watch, like $420 around there.
So you paid a house. That's not what you're telling me.
But the watch is worth like $700. Like somebody already offered me $700.
So you have instant equity.
Yeah, real quick. So I've learned to like buy stuff now that have equity,
Let me ask you this though. When did you allow to start buying yourself those type of items? Like was there like I had to make this amount of money, or I had to own this type of properties or whatever, or my company has to be at X, Y, and Z so I could start buying myself these items?
I think probably like 6-7 years ago. That I really kind of like, what? I could buy me a car, And when the pandemic came in, I bought a shitload of lowriders. I bought a lot of Impalas, bro. I got probably the biggest Impala collection in the world.
I seen them in there.
Yeah. And I tell people all day, man, I said, because everybody was telling me, damn, fool, you're paying $30,000 for that ride. I was like, shit, watch, you know? And everybody was like, you're paying all this money. And I would go and I would see a fool in his car and I'd be like, hey, fool, how much you want? Nah, it's not for sale. I'll give you 25 bands. Boom, he's out of his car. Let's go.
Everything has a price.
You know, and those cars now, you know, I could tell you at least 30 of the Impalas that I have are worth probably 5 to 7 times more than what I bought them for right now. You know? So for example, the 59 Impalas, I bought like 3-4 59s at like 90 grand, 100 grand. And those motherfuckers are going for 350 right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
a car?
Yeah. Yeah, the 59 convertibles, you know?
I'm not a car guy, so I'm like, fuck, that's a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, it's going for a lot, man. I mean, I've gone to people and buy 3-4 cars off of them, you know? And to me, everybody was like, oh, you're spending all this money. I'm not. I'm investing money, you know? And then one day, I put up a car for sale. I put up a 63 Impala for 100 and some thousand, and some fool bought it, you know? And that right there gave the value to the Impalas like a whole different level. Because everybody was like, this fool sold it. I don't sell my cars. I have before, but the only reason why I sell them, I'm going to be 100%, which I'm gonna do something for all you fools that want to buy an Impala or some of the cars that I got. Mm-hmm. I am going to put like 10 cars for sale, but all that money, we donated back. So
really?
Every single one of that dollar, we donated back. You know, so the last cars that we sold, we ended up doing a lot of charity work. We do, we go back to a lot of neighborhoods, you know, and we help out a lot of students. We give away, you know, we try to fund a lot of degrees out there. You know what I mean? Scholarships. And we do a lot of scholarships, and not only Mexicans, you know, to Southern American, you know, even to the black homies, you know, to some white dudes, everybody. We don't look at no color lines, bro, honestly. That's good. If you need the help, we gonna put it up, you know? So, but the majority of the people that we help is raza, 100%. I would say probably 80% is raza, and then 20% will be something else, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're the majority out here.
Yeah, we're the majority regardless of the fact, you know? But we do donate all that money back. So I want to sell like 10 whips, and we have a free baseball organization that the kids have no expenses, and big leagues, you know, and travel teams sometimes that these kids never got to see that experience in their life, you know. So we have some. It's called the Humildes Baseball Academy, and
really?
Yeah, Humildes Baseball Academy, man. We practice in Downey and in Southgate. So you know, yeah, for real talk. Yeah,
that's dope, bro.
So we do a lot of that.
Like that.
Yeah, but not only that, we do a lot of donations to the farm workers. We do, man, you know, I just don't put everything on the internet no more, bro, because, you know, it's like, he's showing off or do it, you know.
You know why I don't put certain things on there?
Yeah.
Because now everybody feels like, oh, well, he's going to donate to my cause, and now you're going to have 50 people lined up. And I was like, oh, shit, like, you know, you're doing this because you want to do this. Yeah. And now everybody's presenting a gazillion. Like, aquí, and we're like, what the?
You know what? There's a good thing and a bad thing about starting a trend of something. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like some of the people take advantage of it and really do it for a good cause, right? And then some people get it just to get the clout, and I get it. You know, you want to get the clout and you want to invest in it, whatever. And I'm gonna give you an example. When the pandemic was going on, and you know, a lot of our food vendors were getting, you know, jacked up and stuff like that. Bro, it hit me in the heart because I was a street vendor. I sold tacos on the sidewalk. Like I understand them, fool. We got robbed a few times at gunpoint. You know, it's like that's scary, bro. And it's like, you know, one of my employees got socked. You know, I had just gone to the store, bro, and right when I get back, it's like these fools are like, the other fools are just taking off in their car, you know, and that fool got socked, and I was like, damn, you know. But I was in those shoes. So to me, when I seen a paletero get jacked up, you know, it was like, man, it's like personal. Like it got personal, you know, it really got to me. You know, there's a video out there, I put my feelings in it, bro. Like, and I did a GoFund for him, and man, that shit went viral, bro. And we ended up getting like 50 bands for him, you know.
No fucking
And as
way.
A matter of fact, that man, he passed away already. He passed away. I just found out, that he passed away, but nothing from that, you know, some other causes and stuff. But we got to help a lot of street vendors, bro, a lot. And then it became a trend, you know, because I put up a video one time that said, I went up to a palete, the fruta stand, and I tipped her $100, you know. And I told everybody, if you can, just go to your local vendor, and if you could tip them anything, just tip them. You know what I'm saying? And a gang of people started doing it. Like, I remember, man, it became like a trend. And then the influencers got involved, and then all the ones that say they're raza now, they all got involved, you know, because all these influencers now out there, they're all 100% raza. Fool,
out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like, fool, you thought you were white like 4 years ago, you know? Like, I can't kick it with Mexicans. I don't like that Mexican music. Turn that down. Oh, my God. You know? Our own raza, fool. I ain't even gonna put fools out there and girls out there that, you know, years ago, they would look at me and be like, man, this fool's a straight paisa, you know?
Let's talk about that, dog. Because that happened to me growing up.
Yeah.
Look, bro, I grew up in HP, bro.
Straight paisa.
Paisa to the fucking max, dog.
Yeah.
And we had a discussion. And that's how, when I brought up the whole Chicano stuff. Bro, when I was growing up, corridos, like, our own people would be like, this guy.
Your own Chicanos,
listening to Saul Vieira, rest in peace. Like, yeah, fool, he had bangers. Saul Vieira, Chalino. You know, we grew up to that. Yeah. And our own was like, oh, no. Like, dude, our high school had its own section called Little TJ, homie.
All the paisas right there, huh? The fools would go to school with boots, huh? Yeah, it was good.
That's when the cholos became fucking paisas. So you have the cholo paisas. So it's like, that's a real thing. And people think that I'd be making this shit up. I'm like, nah, dog, I only speak about what I live.
You know what's funny is that, look, I grew up in Venice.
Okay.
Right? So Venice, it was a lot of raza. It was blacks and razas. But in Venice, it wasn't no paisas. It wasn't like, there wasn't no paisas. None. I'm talking about none. The paisas were, you know, the parents and the uncles and all that. You know, but the youngsters, none of them were. You know, and to be straight up, is like, in Venice, where I grew up, you know, it was dirty in the 90s, bro. It was a fucked up ass neighborhood. Yeah. You know, it was actually rated like one of the worstest neighborhoods in California.
Well, I went there as a youngster once.
So trip out. I was the only, they used to call me Jimmy the Paisa or Paisa. And then they started some other fool, he called me Jimmy the Chunt, you know?
Yeah, that was it. They used to call him Chuntis.
Yeah, so, I mean, I didn't care, fool, because, you know, it's like, I would tell them, like, I don't give a fuck. I would roll up and my car bumping. You know, my whatever speakers I had, but I was bumping Chalino, Gavilancillo, I was bumping El Rojo, I was bumping in fucking whoever you could think.
El Las de la Sierra, bro.
Sierra, you know? Yeah, but I was the only raza. I was only the only Mexican fool. But you know what? I had some really good homies, dog. You know, honestly, man. You know, and you know what's funny? You know that company Born and Raised?
Yeah.
Chris Spanto, that was my homie. I grew up with him.
Rest in peace, yeah.
And it was funny because one time I went to Parral and I took a few of my homies. I was like, man, let's go, fool. And they were like, nah, we ain't trying to go because we're supposed to go to another club, right? And I said, man, let's go to Parral, fool. And they were like, man, we don't want to go to no paisa club, fool, blah, blah. So we ended up going, right? And these fools went dressed normal. These fools, I remember it was Chris, Spanto, rest in peace. It was some other fool named Cisco, and my boy Monty, and my boy Shorty. Shorty was a little paisa too, you know, a little bit. Yo, my homie Shorty was already down with it. And we ended up going, and my homie Ruben. And we go, and none of these fools really speak Spanish, fool. Like, none of these fools, like, these are Chicanos, you know? Second generation, their parents were born here. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I was the only fool that came from first generation, you know, back in that circle. Yeah. So me and my homie Shorty. So then, when we're there, these fools are like, hey, fool, we didn't know so many girls were here, fool. I swear to you, dog.
That's the fucking...
They were like, we're coming back next week, fool. The whole week, you know where we went? We went right there to HP to go get these fools tejanas and fucking camisas de seda.
Tres hermanos,
Tres hermanos, El Mago, you know, la tienda del Mago. Yeah. It was called, what else was it called? El Charro. Well, we ended up going there. All them fools, dog, they already had their boots and all that shit. So it was funny. Yeah,
they were cracking.
Yeah. So you know, they were my homies and shit, and they showed me a lot of love, bro. Like, you know, they would go to all my parties, my events. They would. I had good homies coming up. You know, a couple haters here and there, like always.
Like always.
But you know, some these fools would tell me like, "Hey, fool, this isn't for you. You know, this life isn't for you, fool. You go, you're gonna be successful." Like, you know, it's like
That's a good homie.
yeah,
right
that's my good homies, dog.
Yeah.
I tell you stories that, man, you'll be like, man, them fools. That's why when I see them, man, I show them a lot of love, man. And
So
you know,
it
I
should
got to, you know, go out to have a couple of dinners and stuff like that with me and Spanto, kicked it, and you know, from born and raised, and we talked about a lot of shit that we wanted to do, and so it's like I go and shop as much as I can, you know, like with the Dodgers, they let me go in there a couple hours early, and I got to shop my ass off.
Fool, you got your own parking right there, dog.
You feel fool.
Shit, you know what I mean, dog? Like, I got to park with the regular
Let me
people.
know whenever you go. I got you. No.